Welcome back to Marcus at Work Media. So BBL, come on,
What?
man. You been botting this whole time?
I
Come
think
on,
so.
dog. Keep it trill. You been botting this whole time, huh? Calling out other people for what you do, huh? So I'm sure you heard by now an artist by the name of RBX submitted a class action lawsuit alleging that Drake is an example of rampant botting all over Spotify. Now, if you're familiar with Spotify, this is not really a surprise. You are somewhat familiar with how the bots run rampant on Spotify, but lately they've been called out. Even with Drake's now dismissed lawsuit, he alleged Spotify was in on it. So this has been circulating for a while, but this time it's in a lawsuit again. So you've been getting fake abs and fake streams, is what I'm hearing. Is that what it is?
Lord.
Drake? Not Drake with all the botted strings. Drake? Man, it was God's plan to show y'all the liar. So there's a new lawsuit against Spotify alleging that the streaming giant turned a blind eye to fraudulent streaming on its platform. And it says one artist in particular benefited from billions of fake streams, and that's Drake. Yes, certified lover bot. The lawsuit is being brought by an independent artist who claims that Drake's billions of fake streams are hurting other artists. He even included examples like one where someone streamed No Face over 200,000 times over a 4-day period in Turkey using an illegal VPN. Yes, no face, no face, no face. All fakes,
Yeah, that's crazy.
All fakes, all fakes.
That's
the
crazy.
lawsuit also claims that in Turkey, the streams would go on for 23 hours a day. So basically, Drake get his streams in the same place he get his abs. Bro got ghost writers and ghost listeners. And y'all talking about hip-hop dead. No, hip-hop tired of being botted. And honestly, Billboard should wipe away all his little hits. Talk, oh, he about to break Michael Jackson's record. No, put him on Billboard Bot 100. Michael Jackson's record should not be broken, should not be touched. Not by Drake. See, Michael Jackson had millions of people leaving their homes to buy physical copies of his music. Drake got a little boy in Turkey sleeping on loop until his laptop melts. And always, Drake's the numbers guy. Yeah, when the numbers are important.
Come on.
And we already knew that he was botting. It's obvious that he's been botting. And it's saying that he getting his bots from the same place he get his abs is crazy. That's probably the same spot he got his hairline and his braids too, which is insane. But we already knew this. Make sure y'all drop a like, comment, and subscribe. Let's get right back into this. This is wild, y'all.
So let's see if we can get a few more details on what to expect from this lawsuit. Hey, it may turn into something. It might just fizzle out to background noise. Who knows? But it is interesting and very ironic to see Drake being accused of having bots for the streams. Now, we know the streams by any Drake stan is the biggest indicator of his supposed success. So if you're gonna attack anything, attack the abs, attack the hair, attack his behavior with minors, attack everything else, but please don't attack the numbers because the numbers is all he got.
Yeah,
so
that's
some
all.
people are saying like, listen, this bot thing with Spotify, this is nothing new. It's not Drake being sued, it's Spotify, and Drake is just being used as an example. Even that being the case, they're saying is bigger than Drake. The problem is Spotify uses bots within their own system to not pay royalties to known artists, so they have a lot of fake accounts with fake artists, allegedly.
So do I think that Drake bots streams on Spotify? Absolutely. Do I think that he's the only one who's doing it? Absolutely not. I think artists like Travis Scott are doing it as well. I think most mainstream musicians are doing it because they're not making money on streaming. And it's unfortunate because Spotify relies on a revenue pool. Artists with the most listeners get the biggest share. Up and coming artists are living in their trucks and surviving. And I know a lot of people are talking about, oh, why is Drake being sued? Drake isn't being sued. Spotify is being sued. I certainly think there's a discussion to be had about the streaming era. One, there's allegations of bot farms. Of course, Spotify claims that it is taking precautions to stop things like that from happening. But I don't think people are really thinking about the bots that they're making. Like the artists that are listed on Spotify that are fake, simply designed to keep the money that Spotify is making. I'm willing to bet that there's at least like 100,000 artists that are fake. Sole purpose is to keep the money within big tech. And you cannot call me crazy, bro. Like, there's some scamming going on. It's on both sides. It's from the artist, and then it's also from Spotify. Like, there's fake musicians who have no digital footprint whatsoever. You can't find them on social media, but somehow they have like 5 million listeners,
Right.
1 million listeners. You got R&B musicians and gospel musicians who are somehow, they're charting, but they're not real people. Like, some scamming is going on. To me, this is really not even about Drake. It's about the industry as a whole. This is coming from someone who's like a casual Drake fan. Like, I have no sides. Like, I'm not gonna glaze Drake. I'm not gonna glaze Kendrick, even though he's my favorite artist. I just think the landscape of music right now needs to change, because if it doesn't, it's gonna be ugly.
Listen, whether
And I can actually answer that for you a little bit, bro. And shout out Marcus Media. It's your boy Jet Ski G back with another banger. Let's get right into this. Drop that like. Now, let me talk to you for a second. The problem with streaming and what he's trying to get to, but this is the back end of what he's actually talking about, is streaming. The streaming giants are in bed with the labels, which is a monopoly, which should never happen. It should never ever happen. It's like the NBA being fully in bed with gambling. It can't happen. It should be something like that, like the government would come in between that, the way they are right now, and say y'all can't do this. So now you got ESPN selling ESPN Bet, and they're just going to use DraftKings, who isn't a part of the NBA. Why can't you do that? And it's all going to come together. Just follow me. ESPN has deals with the NBA, Disney, and all that. So they have deals with the NBA. So they work directly with the NBA. So they're one big conglomerate. If you have ESPN Bet, then that means Disney is now in bed with the NBA, and they have a betting app. So now there's a conflict of interest of how they're going to be doing things and how the money is going to flow. That can't be. So ESPN Bet, this is happening today. They have to break apart, because those two conglomerates can't be together, because now you guys can be funneling money and cheating the fans. Why did I say that? UMG owns a substantial percentage of Spotify. Oh my God. In that industry, you mean they have artists who are streaming on your platform and making money for the Spotify platform, then the Spotify platform ends up paying UMG, but UMG owns Spotify, so it's paying itself. That is insane. That is a monopoly. That is illegal. That is out of pocket, and independent artists like me are getting effed over. It's not cool. That's what's going on in the background of this. That's what is the actual nail in the hammer. I don't care about the Drake situation. I'm more of a Kendrick fan. But as far as UMG, as far as Spotify, somebody needs to drop the hammer on them like yesterday. Whatever's happening with the NBA and ESPN, somebody, like the government, needs to come through and drop the hammer on this situation. It's ugly. How are you paying me, but I own the company, so I'm paying myself? And we just got one big monopoly, and then people like UMG are in bed with Live Nation, who does all the concerts, and Live Nation bought all the venues in the United States, and then Live Nation has a label like Rock Nation, who then funnels all of that through Live Nation, and then UMG owns a piece of Live Nation, and they monopolized everything. The government has to come through and stop this situation for independent artists like myself and around the world. And it's not being talked about enough because people aren't connecting the dots enough. But as soon as it's seen that, and you can Google this, does UMG have stake in Spotify? And if they do, it's end of discussion. Just turn on ESPN right now, or just Google ESPN. They sold ESPN Bet for this Terry Rozier and Chauncey Billups situation, which exposed they were creating a monopoly. It's the same thing going on in music. How can you be streaming all my artists, but I own a percentage of your company, so you have to pay me, but I own the company, so I'm paying myself? It's a conflict of interest, and it's very, very nasty. So y'all drop it in the comments. Let me know what y'all think about this video overall, but let me know what y'all think about what I just told y'all. And like I said, I dropped receipts. You can Google everything I just said. All right, so it's Jet Ski G. You know I come with facts. If ain't nobody told you they love y'all, I'm the one who gonna tell the truth, so you know I love y'all. All right, I'm also going to drop 2 more bangers. One right here and one right here. I'm going to catch y'all in the next video. I'm out, y'all. Hey, it's the facts are the facts.